All the Caucasians to the back. Black women are the only ones out here doing their thing when it comes to preventing the rise of fascism in this country. Me and Cindy discuss what is the current state of our country and where we see it heading in this episode.
Hello, Chanel.
Hello, Cynthia.
How are you today?
I have a lot of stuff I don't want to do today.
Yeah, and recording a podcast is one of them.
It is.
Who would have thought we already talked about this, but who would have thought that, our passion would turn into work?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But, they always do.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we've been pushing ourselves, striving.
Yeah, we set a goal, and we're actually really close to accomplishing it. It's quite insane that we're in the 11th month of the year.
I know.
And we started this year being like, we're going to try to post at least a full episode every single week, and then clips every single day that we don't post a full video. And we made it to November.
Yeah.
We have what is it, the second week of November, first week of November? We have 6 weeks left of the year.
Yeah. Period.
Yes. But anyway, I wanted to bring a topic to the table today.
What is your
Tea on a
topic?
platter. In our isms, we're going to talk about fascism.
Fascism?
Is it fascism?
Fascism.
Fast.
Now, if we did spelling bee right now,
I
we
can
might
spell
both
it.
lose.
I can spell it, but I can't say it.
Fascism.
I
I can say it. You can spell it.
fascism.
That's all we need.
Yeah. Anyways, I feel like it's very near and dear to my heart.
Is it?
Yeah, because we live in a fascist household.
Oh.
Yes, we have a dictator amongst us.
Yeah, who's the dictator?
Winston. That cat. See, now, I don't fully know if this is a proper analogy between fascism, but he does try to dictate this house. Like, he owns it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he pays for it, but he does nothing for it.
He does not own the means of production.
He does not. He claims that he does. And I feel like that directly relates to fascism.
So tell me, how was your cat like Donald Trump? I need to know the one-to-one qualities.
So, he pisses everywhere.
Oh, yes.
And Donald Trump pisses people off.
And he pisses everywhere. He's very
he says things that doesn't make any sense. It's like he's speaking a completely different language. And then he will do things, right? Thinking that he'll get something out of it. And then the opposite happens and he acts confused when the opposite happens.
Well.
Is Winston Donald Trump?
I've never seen both of them in the same room.
Me either.
He got a little belly on him.
His ear be tilting a little bit sometimes.
And I be looking at him and I'm like, who said anti-woke? Winston.
Yeah. So they're the same thing.
Yeah, oh my god.
Yeah.
We have a dictator.
Yeah, but the thing is, the difference between Winston and Donald Trump is he doesn't really hold political office.
Yeah,
so whenever he does something,
we just yell at him.
Yeah, and we are I think, what are we, 2-3 times the size? If not more than that?
Way more.
So it never works in his favor, but he tries. So not quite the same, but the same.
Not same, but same.
Yes.
Yeah. Cindy, what's going on with our country?
Girl, I don't know. I just be living in it. I don't know. I just be living in it.
We could all have nice things.
Can we though?
We could all have nice things. As much money
in
this country, we could all have nice things.
I can't counter that and say, no, Chanel, we cannot have nice things, because it's not true.
It's the facts.
It's the facts. Fendi fact.
Fendi fact.
What is that from, by the way? Fendi fact?
No idea.
Okay, cool. Fendi fact. Yeah, I don't know, because it's you read about fascism in school, right? Different fascist regimes, especially during World War II. You saw the
Axis powers. Germany, Italy, Japan.
Germany, Italy, yeah. I was gonna throw in Russia as well, no?
Russia, I don't think they were on the same team. I think that became an issue after World War II.
Not Russia,
with
Soviet
the Cold
Union?
War.
Yeah.
With the Cold War, I think that's when we had tensions. But I think we were on the same side during World War II, and then afterwards.
I don't think the U.S. has ever been on the same side with the Soviet Union.
I don't think they were.
See, history lessons with Chanel and Cindy, where we show
we know nothing.
Our education,
we know nothing.
Yeah.
Well,
we're STEM focused, not history focused.
Yeah, I just know the Axis powers were those three.
Okay.
So I'm like, if the Soviet Union was included in those three, I think they would have included it in those three.
Okay, but yeah, so World War II is kind of where we saw the beginning of fascism, or at least history noted
the rise of
it, right? And so, kind of when you read, it's so interesting, the whole concept of history repeating itself. You don't really realize history is repeating itself until you're like in it. Because I read about those, like, dang. You know, we already had one world war. This is the second world war.
The second world war to end all war.
Right.
Wars.
There's no way
be no more.
There's no way that we can read in history how this happened and ultimately it didn't work, that we can have it again. And then now we're sitting here watching the news. Like, oh my goodness, where were you election day?
Oh, which one?
Girl,
which one?
The one from 2024. Last election. Was it 20?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I got so scared.
You said.
Because I was like, I was thinking, was it 2020?
I know.
No. 2024. Where were you?
2024, I was in my home.
Right.
And I just remember election night, I was like, I need to go to sleep. Because if what I think is happening,
yeah,
we're going to have a very rough tomorrow. So I just laid down, went to sleep, woke up
at like 2 a.m.
I think I got to sleep earlier than that, and which is weird because I normally go to sleep at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Probably went to sleep at 10 p.m.
No, but did you wake up at 2 a.m.?
No, I woke up probably like 6 a.m.
Okay.
Which is early for me. And I just sat there like this. God damn it.
Right.
God damn it.
Right.
Because why? Why?
I was about the same as you, actually, because I was going to say, because of history, I just assumed the fact that we already had Trump as a president and he didn't do a good job, and everybody was upset that he didn't do a good job. We already saw the inklings that he wanted a fascist regime for the United States. He didn't have the opportunity to, and he stated himself that he just didn't know better, that he had plans, but because he didn't understand how things worked, he just went about it the wrong way. So that if he was given the opportunity a second time, all the things he wanted to do the first go, he was going to make sure they were going to happen in the second go. Right? So I was just sitting there being like, we saw he wasn't a good president. He almost got impeached. I'm pretty sure he got impeached, and I can't remember if it was but like one of the houses. He did get impeached. Right? So I'm thinking, this can't happen. So I was ready to celebrate because my social media was very one-track minded in the sense that I did not see anybody else that wasn't supporting in my...
Let's talk about that social media campaign, because I was on my thing like... Girl power! Yeah! A coconut fell from a tree? Dun, 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 dun. Like, that was my entire feed.
Yeah.
Joyous, happy, just that woman cackling all over my feed. That's all
I saw one video. Where they... some reporter went to Arizona State University and went around and asked the people who they were going to vote for. And that was the only video that I saw. And majority of the students said they were going to be voting for Trump. And I was like, but it's Arizona, right? So I didn't think much of it. That was the only video that I saw. Everything else was supporting of Kamala Harris. And so I was ready to celebrate. I bought Martinelli's, cookies.
I remember you telling me this.
I was so excited. I went out there it is so bad. There was a hot pot place close to where I lived that I always wanted to try, like your own personal hot pot. And since I had people coming over to celebrate, we walked to it to have our own personal hot pot. And we tried not to have the election open, but the election was going south even before we went and got hot pot, that we had it open. I remember I burnt my tongue. And then we walked back, and then it was... you could feel there was just like an air of
the
just
tension.
there was tension. we were all sitting there, and I was trying to be like uplifting. I was like, should we open some Martinelli's? And people were like, no, I don't want to open it because I don't want to celebrate. And essentially it was like, oh yeah, so he got everything. If he swings Pennsylvania, it's over. The only way that Kamala could win is if she gets this state, this state, this state, this state, even though all those states were projecting red at that point. So we didn't even open the cookies. Everybody just got up and left. I also went to sleep, and I woke up around 2, 3 in the morning to see that he got Pennsylvania, and I was like, it's over. I don't know if at that point they had already called the election or what, but I just thought, oh, he won Pennsylvania. Yeah. There's no way she can win.
Yeah.
And I was just sitting there being like, how did this happen? With the information that we had, with how my social media was set up, how is it that we got to this point? Because I truly, like, I was in the clouds. I did not see that happening.
You see, let me just say this. It was rigged. It was rigged. You cannot tell me different. You cannot. It was rigged. Yes, it was. Elon, we're coming for you. And by that, I mean, we know what you did last summer. Last voting year. We know what you did, sir. Because there ain't no way. I refuse.
I mean, and I feel like there have been like I don't sit down and I watch like him speak. You know what I mean? But like I'll catch the highlights because it's important to stay informed. And I'm sure there have been there have been many of times where he's slipped up or said something that has pretty much insinuated that the election was indeed rigged. Because again, and this is the question that I have with the whole election process. How is it that we're calling countries, or excuse me, not calling countries, calling counties and like states
before
everything is counted?
I always found that weird.
Right? Also, I don't know if you remember, but all these elections, I'm gonna get confused, but Arizona was blue recently, not for the recent presidential election, but I think there was like county elections or state elections, they were trending blue. Yeah. Where there was a period where Arizona was blue. And it makes sense. There's a increase of people of color, and then the younger generation are more blue leaning than the older generation, right? There was, during the election period last year, there was a lot of mailing ballot places that were being put on fire.
Oh yeah, and the ballot boxes.
Ballot boxes.
And then additionally, we're using Elon's Starlink to count votes.
Yeah, but even still, it's showcasing that it's like, okay, you see a trend that it's not going your way. We're gonna go about means, because nobody knows whose ballots were counted and whose weren't counted. And I think a lot of people who attempted to go and try to vote again, right? I don't know if you also heard recently that there have been issues with people who live internationally who try to vote, how their ballots are not making it to the United States from outside of the country. There's a sort of block that's happening. And again, I'm sure there's a lot of trend where people who are voting internationally, the people who have left the country but still have the opportunity to vote, probably are also leaning in a direction with the current.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this all kind of ties into the conversation of fascism, because we are getting into a period where no matter what we say or do, we're getting blocked by the government. And the government is being the all-seeing, all-whatever power.
Yes, raw. Yeah, so there's two directions that I'm having in my brain right now.
You always got directions.
I always got directions. You can go here, there, over there, over here. Okay, so one way is, I would say, the demographics of voting. After they showed that stuff, because 92%? Period. They couldn't, even though they were rigging the election, they can't do that because we're 10 toes down. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So that portion, and then I think the other thing is, I think it was the current election where California is trying to gerrymander to undo what the Republicans are doing.
Prop 50.
Prop 50. Yes, on Prop 50.
It passed.
It passed.
Prop 50 passed.
Hallelujah. Something. And then that, and then also the fact that our current government is still shut down.
Crazy.
And this is why I will never work for the government.
Yeah.
Because the fact that you could just not pay me, and you want me to keep showing up to work,
and they won't back pay you, right?
They better back pay, but I have no idea.
Right. Honestly, speaking of the government shutdown, I'm scared of holiday travels coming up.
I'm staying home. You? Good luck.
I know.
Strongest soldier.
I know. Please tell me why I was watching a TikTok where they were talking about specific, airports that are going through potential, like that could have potential
Pruning.
flight cancellations.
Yes.
Yeah. And because initially it was like major airports. So it's like, your LAX, your SFO, Phoenix International, all that stuff. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm good because I'm flying from smaller airports. One, I forgot that I have their flight connections. So I have flight connections through Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fact that when I was watching the video yesterday, one of the airports that were smaller that I thought I was safe with is on the list.
Yay!
I'm just hoping because I'm ultimately coming to a small airport that's not having any flight cancellations that I could be fine, but
you never know.
You never know.
Mm-mm-mm.
So I have to sit and contemplate. I have to sit and contemplate.
No, ma'am.
The only problem is I won't get my money back unless they cancel it, so I have to at least
sit
try to
and
go.
wait.
I have to sit and wait. But yeah, so the government shutdown as well. I think one of the things that's coming from a lot of what's going on, the government shutdown, just the way that the government is running, is people are realizing that fascism doesn't have doesn't pick and choose who it affects. Because a lot of the people who ended up voting for Trump thought that, because I don't fall into the demographic of a person of color.
Benefits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am not what I consider to be the impoverished. I should be fine, but fascism doesn't care.
Nope.
It affects everybody.
Yep. It's gonna come to you.
It's gonna come to you. Yeah, and it's like, I don't know if I necessarily want to say it affects people equally, but everybody gets affected.
Mm-hmm.
But it's something that's so interesting because people are so against kind of bringing back the capitalism conversation. People are so against socialism because of the concept of everybody is treated the same.
Yeah.
But then when you live in a fascist society, almost everybody is treated the same. There's no distinction in whether or not you're going to be affected.
It's just when you're down on your luck, you're in the streets and you're going to die.
Yeah. So it's like, do you want everybody to benefit or do you want everybody to be oppressed?
Yeah. Those are your options. And they said, oppression.
Well, no, they said oppression because they're like, oh, I don't believe that fascism will oppress everybody.
Yep.
So I'm going to do that one.
And it really been killing me. The people who are impoverished, you are on Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act, thank you. You are on SNAP benefits. And you're like, yeah, get rid of that.
The amount of conversations, I understand that's for me, for example, acronyms, when you see, if you're so used to talking about saying an acronym, when you see the full name, I can understand being like, what is that? But so many people who are just not realizing that Obamacare is the Affordable Care Act because of so many different names. It's like, Google.
Go to your free library and Google.
Honestly,
because if they could vote against that, they would.
Yeah.
And you know what makes it worse?
What makes it worse?
So with these voting demographics, because I was really, the election did something to me, and I think it did a lot to a lot of Black women.
Yeah.
To where we are just done. We're fed up. It's just not happening anymore. And so a lot of us have been moving in silence. We aren't going to be showing up to your protests. We aren't going to be doing XYZ. Y'all, every other demographic that had 50% plus, out of my face. Out of my face.
I love how you're talking directly.
Out of my face. Yeah. Talk to your family members. Yeah. Talk to your friends. Yeah. Come on. Who are you dating?
That's another conversation where I've had conversations with people who are not people of color who have stated that it's like, oh, well, because they treat me well, I don't care about their political leanings. And I'm like, you're speaking from a place of privilege. Because what do you mean you can be best friends, buddy with somebody who doesn't believe that you deserve rights? Because a part of you believes that you're kind of above it. I think that's kind of the conversation where it's like, oh, I'm okay with the fact that they believe that certain people don't believe should have rights because they at least believe I deserve rights. Yeah. And that's enough for me.
In front of my face. I'm close enough to whiteness. I'm the exception.
Yeah.
I'm the exception. And then you find out you're not the exception.
But here's the thing, though. There's no such thing as an exception, right? Yeah. Because at some point, there will always be a point where you will not be the exception. You know what I mean? The people who are in power will keep you around to make it seem as though they're open and they're welcome, but the moment that they can sideswipe you, they will sideswipe you.
Sideswipe. Herman Cain, shout out. R.I.P.
He died?
Yes, he died during COVID. Let me not laugh that hard, but yeah. No. I was on Reddit. They have a subreddit called the Herman Cain Award. And they literally just put clips of like Republicans who are like, the leopards ate my face, that kind of thing. Yeah. Where it's like, oh, I'm a black woman and I was here, I'm a black man, or Hispanic, whatever. Oh, I thought we were good. Mm-hmm. I thought we were all oppressing the other minorities, and I'm the exception. No.
That's so funny. Honestly, every once in a while, I'll be scrolling social media and being like, I didn't realize people died. Like, I've recently found out Jerry Springer's dead.
Jerry Springer died?
Okay, I didn't cross-check it.
We'll cross-check it. Editing Chanel will not put it in the video. She won't. But yeah, Google it.
So the thing was, because again, going back to my TikTok is very much on Dancing with the Stars. So this upcoming week of Dancing with the Stars, they have a section where it's like memorial ones, and I was scrolling and it said Jerry Springer, and I went to the comments and someone said Jerry Springer died, and somebody else said 2023, but I can't trust
2023.
I can't trust the comments. You can never trust the comments.
I think he's still alive and he's just dating a young girl, but don't quote us, we don't know.
Yeah, we'll go look, but it's one of those things where every once in a while I think somebody's alive and then I'm like scrolling and I find out that they're dead. I'm like,
whoa. Jerry Springer. I'm thinking Seinfeld.
Oh!
Jerry Springer's dead. Shout out Jerry Springer. He was a good guy, I think. I take it back. Okay. I was thinking of Seinfeld. My bad.
Okay. Maybe I'm also thinking of Seinfeld, but I'm Jerry Springer. Yeah.
Because Jerry Springer is the TV show.
Yeah.
Jerry.
Yeah. Okay, so he did die in 2023.
He died.
Oh, shoot.
He's dead.
This entire time.
Jerry, R.I.P.
You think, because you're going to go look it up.
He's a different person completely.
Yep. Anyways, so yeah, back to that point. I didn't know if that man was dead. But now I know.
Yeah, he's dead.
COVID. He really taking people out. Well, I thought you said he died of COVID.
I said Herman Cain.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Herman
Cain. Yeah, Herman Cain.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know who else just died?
Dick Cheney. Yeah. I always got him and Dick Clark.
Yeah. You kept saying Dick Cheney's ball drop.
Mm-hmm. Which, out of context is actually really hilarious.
When you said it, I was cackling.
Yeah. So I have, what is her name from Abbott Elementary, that black lady? I think her name's Barbara.
You are her.
I don't think I'm her.
Just in that one aspect.
So, but the thing with her, she gets black people and white people confused. Yes. I only have one instance with that. Al Roker and Al Gore.
Al Roker and Al Gore was crazy. Yeah, you know that weatherman, Al Gore? What? I said... The person who was supposed to be president in 2000?
No, and the way that I brought it up is like, you remember that Proud Family episode where Al Gore was the one that
What? What?
Yeah.
Ooh, good times.
Yeah, but I think it's only those two. I don't think I get anybody else mixed up.
Yeah, you haven't had a good mix-up in a little bit.
No, because the issue is I don't know that many celebrities that share the same first name. And to my defense, Dick Cheney and Dick Clark.
It's not that far off. It's not that
one you have to give me. Al Gore, Al Roker, you can laugh at me.
It was funny. Yeah. That was funny.
Yeah.
Because
it came up in a video that we never posted.
Oh my god, it's so
Yeah.
funny.
Mhm.
That just you be mixing up people who have nothing to do with each other.
What does Dick Clark do then? Who is he?
I think he was an entertainer.
Oh.
Some sort of host.
Can you consider politicians entertainers?
No.
Okay.
I mean, they didn't used to be.
But now we open a whole new world.
A whole new world.
Yeah. But kind of getting back on topic, I
Yes.
think it'd be because we did talk a little bit of Prop 50. I think we should also take some time to talk about how like this current election went, because in some instances, pretty positive. A lot of good happened. I've been seeing a lot. Mamdani from in New York, the new mayor. I do not know how to pronounce his first name, but Mamdani. My name is Mamdani.
Oh,
yeah. He has a little video thing on TikTok.
I didn't know that.
Because your TikTok is not fun.
My TikTok, what I see on my TikTok is his debate with Cuomo when they're doing like know how they have the debate for all the mayor candidates, whatever. I'm telling you, Cuomo, go sit down somewhere. Do you know this man? Cuomo.
Andrew Cuomo.
Is
it Andrew?
Weirdo. I think it's Andrew.
Okay, he and his brother are also.
They're both weird.
They're both weird.
They're both weird because literally, there was a few things in there. My mind's trying to percolate on one. But it's like, Cuomo, everything you say just makes you look out of touch and like a freak of nature.
Yeah.
Because there was one part, I might not quote this directly, but they were asking each candidate, how much money do you spend on housing? Like, what's your housing situation? Whatever. The candidate, Mamdani, thank you. He said, I live in like a rent-controlled apartment, whatever. It's still expensive. He makes like $100,000 a year, whatever. It's a normal apartment for his income.
Right, of course.
Homeboy responds, oh, those apartments are for poor people. So you're saying an apartment, I don't remember the exact figures, but it's something, someone who makes like $100,000 a year, right? You're saying that's for poor people. And that was his big girl comeback.
And again,
he said, I ate.
Bringing it back to the conversation that we had last time, I do not understand how you would think going out there and being out of touch will get you
the seat,
right? Because again, if you, using Mamdani for an example, if you say things and you back it up with facts or a plan that will benefit the greater public, that will get you the win. And that is what got him the win. He is a good guy who is intelligent, who understands the problems that the people of New York are having, had a plan to cover it, and is not out of touch.
Yep.
That's what people want. People just want. So I personally believe, if you really wanted to do some changes and toss things up, you need to do it to make sure when your constituents are happy.
Yeah.
If people are happy, they'll let you get away with almost anything. Because if you actually go, if Mamdani, for example, and I'm not going to speak negatively on him because I know he has very positive intentions, but let's just say he actually hits everything that he had on this list, everything he did, but he threw some things in there that weren't necessarily for the people, but he just wanted to do something. People aren't going to get mad because they're going to be like, he legitimately said he's going to do this, and this. He accomplished this, and this.
Yeah. And my life has improved.
Okay, so, boo-hoo, I have to spend $2 more for water at my bodega.
Yeah.
Okay, boo-hoo, but I have rent control now?
Thank you.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And, that's the part that I don't understand when it comes to politics, where it's you go and you campaign and you say you're going to do a lot of these things, and then you end up not doing a lot of these things, and you come out after your term surprised that people are not going to want to vote you again, and people hate you.
Sure.
Because Andrew Cuomo, he was the mayor of New York at some point.
Yeah.
So, sir, you've already done the job.
Yeah.
People, you would think, typically people are, especially in periods of crisis, are able to win a re-election because you've already done the job before. It doesn't happen often that somebody gets picked over somebody who's already done the job.
That's hard.
It's very, very difficult.
Yeah.
So why is it that you're struggling?
And homeboy, Mamdani, he was putting the smack down because one of his things that he was saying during the debate was the reason the people don't want you is because you already have this job. We already know what you do.
Yep.
And it sucks.
Exactly.
So why would they vote for you again?
Exactly.
And a homeboy had nothing to say.
Exactly.
Nothing.
And you want to know, though, I did see a video of people asking who they thought was gonna win,
Mm-hmm.
or who they wanted to win, who they thought they was gonna win, it was all white men. Do you want to guess who they were voting
Cuomo.
for? Of course,
That's insane.
of course. There was these two guys who were like, it was pretty much who do you want to win? They all said Cuomo. Then they started asking who do you think is going to win? And then the two guys at the beginning were like, oh, Mamdani.
Mm-hmm.
The other guy was like, the other two, I think it was two. I think one of them said Cuomo and the other guy was like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And then they went back to the third guy who was like, oh, Cuomo's going to win. It's like, how much money would you bet on him? And he was like, I bet, like, whatever. The first two who were like, they wanted Cuomo to win, but then he was, Mamdani was going to win. One guy was like, oh, I bet all the money that I can that this man is going to win the election.
Mm-hmm.
So it's so interesting to me that they live in this bubble where they can clearly see that the people want what the people want, but they still are thinking of their own best interests.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh, unfortunately, if Mamdani wins, everybody benefits.
Yeah.
If Cuomo wins, I benefit.
Yeah.
And that's like, that to me just like, white men forever will have.
I'm telling you, let's get back on these demographics, girl.
Yeah.
White men, white women, Asian people, Hispanic people.
I love how you did the designation.
I know. I got tired. I didn't want to do that. Asian men, Asian women, Hispanic men, Hispanic women.
Mm-hmm.
All the categories. Y'all, I heard that Asian people were on game this election, but I'm still side-eyeing y'all. I'm still side-eyeing Hispanic people. I'm gonna need you to get it together. You have until 2028. You got to get it together, because what are we doing? And I know it's because with the Hispanic population, a lot of them hoes are white. A lot of them hoes are white,
Mm-hmm.
or mixed with white,
Mm-hmm.
and they think they're white.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they think that they're in the club. You're not in the American white club. You're not in it. You will never be in it.
Honestly, you need to be of the Aryan race to be in the white club, to be honest.
Your ancestors had come.
Yes. If you have any texture in your hair, if you have any tint in your skin.
They're even side-eyeing the European Spaniards, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all ain't making it.
Mm-mm.
You speak Espanol from Mexico? No.
Mm-hmm.
They're not having it.
Even if you speak Spanish from Spain, if it sounds like Spanish,
you better hold on to that little extra tense, vosotros. You better hold on to that, girl. You better hold on to it tight.
what the hell?
my middle school learning.
Literally, it's percolated. It's percolated.
Hold on to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, these demographics, we need to get on game.
And I just, the biggest issue is that these demographics have this, at least the way that they're voting because of that, like, what is it? What is the word? To whiteness?
Yeah, their proximity to whiteness.
Thank you, proximity to whiteness. And that's the part that always gets me, is like, you're voting as if these things will benefit you, when in actuality it doesn't. And it's the same conversation that you can have with, like, for example, speaking personally, people who are immigrants and people who are like the Black immigrants, and then the people who are, I guess you can put that African American bubble just for this perspective, because they're assuming like, oh, well, because I am not natively a Black American, this doesn't affect me, when it's like, again, nobody will look at us and say, oh, this one is a Nigerian American and this person's Black. Nobody does that. Nobody can do that.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? It's the fact that we go out and about. People have assumed that we're related.
Mm-hmm.
We're sisters.
Mm-hmm.
We're cousins. I'm out like hanging out with your mom and your cousin and like all of us together. And they're like, oh, that must be her mother.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, we look nothing alike. But sure. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's a conversation that needs to be had, because I've noticed that a lot of people who have immigrated to the United States from respective countries, they seemingly are more Republican leaning, because they assume that a lot of this stuff doesn't affect them, and two, because it's like typically more of the Republican rhetoric is from the perspective of like money focused,
Money.
ensuring people get money, and then everybody who is immigrated is supposed to like, well, if you work hard, you should be able to get your money type of thing. So they immediately just say anybody who doesn't feel that way is lazy, and that's a whole other conversation that we don't need to get into. But I think that is part of the problem, is that perspective and thinking as long as you work hard, you'll benefit, when that's not the case here.
It is not the case. And it's the fact, like, 1, 2, 3 things go wrong in your life, you're done.
Yeah.
Done. And there ain't gonna be no one to save you.
Nope.
Nothing.
Nope.
So, I'd rather live in a society where, the saying is, you're only as good as the weakest link. Let's help out the weakest links. You know what I mean? Let's not have people dying in the streets. Once again.
And I think the biggest issue with that is I don't think we're going to get to that direction until we get somebody who runs the country that wholeheartedly believes that's the solution. Because I feel like we can get into a whole conversation into this two-party system that we have. Because in all honesty, I'm not really a fan of either. There's one I just dislike more than the other.
There is Satan's party. And then there's the people who used to be Republicans.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the two parties that we're dealing with.
Yeah.
The KKK, and then the people who used to be Republicans. Like, these are our two options.
Yeah.
So, obviously, we're not doing the lesser two evils. Oh my god. I mean, they're both bad, so, like, I'm just not gonna vote. They're both bad.
No, you can't
No,
do that.
we're not doing
You
that.
can't do
We're
that.
not doing that. One is clearly Hitler in a top hat. And the other one is Republicans 20 years ago. Okay?
Hitler on a top hat is hilarious. But yeah, and I think that's the biggest problem, because I've seen a lot of like people coming in who are like independent parties who seemingly have good intentions.
Yeah.
And they also, there's some things that's like, but I can see you're leaning in a direction that's like, okay, I can get behind this, but I can't vote independent because I know voting independent is essentially a vote
Waste
for
of money.
It's a waste of money, it's
of
a waste of time, and it's a vote in the opposite direction of what I want.
Yeah.
There was a point that I was going to make, and as always...
And where's that independent lady? Where is she right now?
Gone with the wind.
Surprise, surprise. We'll see her in 2028.
Probably.
Every 4 years she shows up. I feel like they put her in a tomb. 4 years in between. And then they pull her out.
Yeah, so the point that I also wanted to say is just like, kind of remembering, we need a leader to believe that, but with the parties that we currently have, I unfortunately don't think we're going to be anywhere close to that
We need
anytime
more parties,
soon.
it's true. I need a more progressive party. One that, like, actually does things to help our country instead of just kicking the ball.
You need people
down the field.
You need people of influence to form, to form that party. Because I think the biggest issue is, like, let's just say, for example, we decide to create that progressive party. At some point, we're going to lose funding. We don't have enough money between the two of us to fund an election. We don't have enough money amongst our close friends to be able to, like, those parties have money rolling in.
Woo!
And I think that's my biggest concern, is that until people put their money where their mouth is, nothing is really going to change. It's just going to bounce back and forth from not as bad and horrific. Or not even not as bad, but like bad and good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so, my problem is we are still arguing the same issues. But nowadays the arguments are, hey, homeless people should die. No, homeless people shouldn't die. We should only give them $2.
Essentially, you're saying the same thing.
Like, what's going
on?
The
same thing is being said between the two of them, because $2 is not
$2 is not going to cut it, but at least you're not murdering them. But you want to murder, you know what I mean?
But here, they're not even essentially saying, let's not murder them. The conversation is, we should give homeless people $0. We should give homeless people $2.
This one, we should take homeless people and put them in jail. Yeah, they're going ham. They want homeless people to die. That's why I'm saying, KKK,
Mm-hmm.
Hitler in a top hat, Satan,
And the old Republican Party.
and the old Republican Party. Because
Yeah.
if we rewind, excuse me, if we rewind, I was watching the debate between Obama and Mitt Romney.
It's a completely different America.
Completely.
Even with, what's his name? What's the name of the guy? He was a war hero.
Yeah,
McCain
McCain.
and Obama.
Mm.
They were kikiing. It felt like the debate felt like they were kikiing. Like, I'm pretty sure there was a scene where it's like, that's a good point, Obama. But here's why I feel like it differs. What happened to that America? Because it's like, that's not even okay. Maybe it's a little bit over 10 years. Because I think Obama became president. I was in high school.
2008.
Yeah. That was middle school.
Yeah, that's the first time I got.
Well, second time then. I'm thinking the second time because first time was with Mitt Romney, right? And the second time was with McCain.
I think so. Yeah.
So the second time, I remember that one where I was just sitting there chilling, and I was like, "What happened?" That's like a little over 10 years ago, maybe 15ish. So
It's like
much-
20 years ago, almost.
Well, I'm just thinking from high school, from the first time from when the first Obama election. Yeah, second one is what I'm talking about, and that one I was like 14, 13. Because I was in high school, and that's like 10, 15 years ago.
15 years ago.
Yeah.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. What happened?
You see, and it's the way what happened started in the 80s or whenever Reagan was president.
Yeah.
It started back then. Disgusting.
Absolutely. Well, on that note,
well, before we wrap up, Cindy,
what's up?
midterms are next year.
Mm-hmm.
People get out and vote.
Yeah, at this point, there's no excuse not. The only excuse not to vote is that you're not old enough to vote. At this day
that's
and
the only
age,
excuse.
that's the only excuse. And
Otherwise, don't talk to me.
To me, it makes absolutely no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. They're also I can understand there are some limitations to voting, but they have made voting seemingly a little bit easier nowadays. Where it's
especially if you're in California.
If you're in California, but I'm talking everywhere. I think the only place where it's like dicey is Texas, where they're trying to do
probably some other southern states.
Yeah, gerrymandering and all that stuff when it comes to
gerrymandering, instituting random. You have to have your ID when you vote.
Yeah, but everywhere else, I feel as though there's no excuse for you not to vote.
No excuse.
California for certain. Like I should be seeing 100% of people voting because the way that with this recent election, I was in the process of moving. I moved in the midst of all this. I signed up. Made sure that I changed the county that I was voting for. Made sure I did say oh please mail my ballot. All that stuff. Got it taken care of. Put it in the mail, and I was able to go and check to make sure because if for some reason it said my vote hadn't been counted, I'd make sure I go to the polls.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And the fact that you have all those options, there should be no reason for you not to vote.
Get out there and vote. But yeah, I just again, Black women, we're sitting this out. So good luck, everybody else. Shout outs to you. But I will see you in 2026 at the polls. I will see you in 2028. Those are the times you will see me. And if we don't do the right thing in 2028,
I'm telling you this right now, because Trump is trying. If Trump is on this ballot, that's a general we, I'm not including myself, but in the general we somehow allow this man to change the Constitution so he is able to run for a third term, I'm throwing hands.
We have to throw hands.
Throwing hands.
Because you guys are joking.
Yeah.
Burn the country down. Burn it all down.
At the very least, you will not see us in this country. Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, we might have to. Look.
Anyway, we're not saying anything else because you're not going to know our plans.
Yeah.
No, ma'am.
But yeah. 2028, Hispanic people, Asian people, white people, get it together.
Every demographic with the exception of Black women.
Yeah.
Get it together.
Because Black men, you're our only counterpart who is getting up to the numbers.
They're
we need,
close.
But I need some more.
I think it was 73% for black men.
I think it was like 80.
I thought it was 80. Okay, I thought it was 70 something.
Because they were definitely number 2, I think.
Okay, if it was 80, black men keep doing what you're doing. But if it's 70 something, you need to do better.
I need 90s. I need us to get A's. I need A's for the election. Thank you. Period. But yeah, until then, I'm mind my business.
And eat your cake.
Business. Okay. Everybody else, good luck. Especially if you voted for Trump. Good luck. Good luck.
Alrighty then.
Yay.
Bye.
Bye.
Is someone knocking on my door? Hello? Open the door. Open the door. I'm filming a podcast right now. Goodbye.
Hi.
You want to say hi to the podcast?
No, thank you.
Okay, bye.